Hi, my name is Kelsey, and I am the founder of the Brand Gals. And today is a really special interview. I'm here with my friend Nora. She's my new friend because we are participating in the Bridge the Gap campaign.
Yay!
Yay! So Nora, why don't you tell everyone about the Bridge the Gap campaign and what it's all about?
Well, Bridging the Gap campaign is about bringing millennials and midlife women, or who I am, together, and to get together, know each other, to find commonalities with each other, and to meet and, you know, find out about each other's lives and what we do and how we look at life and all those good things, which at the end of the day, I think there really isn't a major gap. And I think we all are very similar in a lot of ways. But I am looking forward to finding out more about you, and all the other millennials that are going to be part of this campaign. So I'm very excited about it.
Yeah, me too. It's definitely an honor to be part of such an important conversation.
Yes.
I feel like for me, what really drew me into this project was the idea of now being a very important time in history for conversations and for connection. And I like what you said about maybe the idea that there really isn't much of a gap, that the gap is maybe, like many narratives in our society, false, right? That really we're all human and we're all women.
Exactly.
And it's more about the messaging that comes at us that says that we're different and that we're separated. I feel like that's what really really drew me into this. How about you? What drew you into this project?
Well, I think especially in the industry that I am, which is the fashion industry, it is really, this whole thing is very prevalent, that, you know, women over 50 or even 40 sometimes don't really have a voice, and they don't really get to really shine or to get parts or to be important in, you know, movies, modeling, all of these kind of industries, which I've been exposed to for years and years. And I think it's really important for that to stop and to say that, you know, 50 is the new 30, and like we are all, you know, still young, and we all are career women, and we are all doing exciting stuff, and we are very similar to millennials who are also pursuing the same goals. So there really shouldn't be a gap, and that was why it was so important to me, to talk about it and voice it and put it out there, so all the industries find out about it and know about it, and hopefully this gap will be closed and there won't be a gap or an issue anymore.
I feel like for me too, I see it as an investment in my future, right? Like eventually I'm going to be a 50-something, and I sure want to make an investment now that says my voice is going to matter, and how I feel is going to be heard, and that my daughters, if I have them, or my son, I do have a son, that he won't see me as irrelevant. I don't want to be irrelevant, so why would I treat another human as if they're irrelevant?
Exactly.
So I think that's a really important message that we're sending.
Yes, it is.
Yay! So you run the Jacket Society. Tell me about that. Where did it come from? What's your passion? I mean, this is so cool.
Well, I started Jacket Society. I'm a fashion designer by profession. I worked in the industry for years and years as a designer. So I was kind of tired of doing the same thing. So I wanted to do a blog. This is a couple of years ago. And I started a personal styling blog emphasizing jackets, which is a category I've always personally loved. And so I wanted to, you know, do different styles, but emphasize what a difference a jacket can make in a woman's wardrobe.
Did you make this
jacket? Yes, I made this.
You designed that?
Yes,
I designed it. It is so beautiful.
We sell it on our site. So soon after I started the blog, I thought of this idea of, you know, designing some jackets, because I love designing. That's what I do anyways. And putting it on my site to sell after I show how to wear it. So we came up with a few jackets, produced it here locally in LA.
Love that.
And, you know, I did styling around them and talked about them, how to style them, and added a shop to my blog and started selling them. And soon after, you know, people were asking me about where I got my jewelry and scarf or other things that I was putting with the jacket. So I decided to add jewelry and scarves also to the site, and eventually tops and blouses. Now, some of those things I still design myself, but some of them I, you know, purchase from, you know, local manufacturers, like jewelry and scarves and things like that. I don't do. But I put it all together and make blog stories around them a couple of days a week. unique and for my readers to see. And if they like it, they buy it. And if they don't, they can still see how I styled something and use that in their own wardrobe.
Yeah.
So that's kind of it started and evolved, and now it's evolved into this, blog / e-commerce business, which is all went together. Yeah.
So funny how businesses evolve like that.
Right?
It's kind of the same thing that happened to my business.
Yeah, tell me about yours.
So my company is a branding company. We work with small businesses and entrepreneurs, a lot like yourself. And what we do is actually all inclusive branding at this point. But it didn't start out that way. I started out just doing like family photography and stuff like that. And I quickly realized that kids don't listen. And I much preferred working with adults. So that's when I started doing branding photography. And then when I started seeing my beautiful photos ending up on not so beautiful websites, I realized I wanted to have a bigger part in the process. And so it's kind of been this evolution that's kind of become what the Brand Gals is today, which again is just, it's all inclusive branding. So we literally cover everything from the logo, font, and color palette, all the way through to a handcrafted website. We include photography, we include social media. It's just a really fun, collaborative process. It's really like a one-stop shop. And then the other cool thing that we do that's a little different is we really bring together the worlds of the design deliverables like I just described, but then also the development. And so we actually help people figure out, like, go from, oh, I have this great idea, I have this vision, to, okay, so how are you going to make money, and what is that actually going to look like, and how are we going to talk about it and communicate about it? And so it's kind of a unique perspective to be able to take it from like ideation all the way through full branding. And it's such an honor to be able to work with people in that capacity and help them bring their passions to life and get to make beautiful things every day.
I can imagine, yeah. And it's
really
such a
fun.
great tool too. I think that's great. A lot of people can't put all of that together, and you do it for them. So I think it's just a great idea.
Thank you so much. So if there was one thing that you wanted to make sure millennials know, like if you just from your own experience and passion, what would that be?
Well, I mean, I think that, like I mentioned earlier, I think millennials are a lot like us. We're very similar. There's really not a big gap. We're all women who want to, have kids, get married, have a career, be happy, and do it all. And I think that you just have to remember to believe in yourself, which I think we all did as well. But now, maybe it's more prevalent for you guys because the opportunities are so much out there for the millennials. They're much more out there than they were for us necessarily. But I think it didn't really stop us from doing things. I still pursued my dreams. But I think always just keep in mind that you can do it all, and you can have a career, and you can have kids, and you can get married or not get married, or whatever else that you want to do. You want to travel, whatever, it's all there, and you can do it. And it's great to get together and learn from each other, and know that there's so much in this world, and we have so many opportunities and possibilities in this country that we have to take advantage of it. And
privilege.
it really is. I mean, looking at what's going on in the world, we are privileged. So take advantage, go after your dream, and you can conquer anything if you really believe in it. And that's really what I believe myself.
Well, you're spoken like a true millennial.
Yay!
Yes. Oh, well, it's such an honor and a privilege to have been able to chat with you. Thank you so much. And congratulations to everyone who's been part of the campaign. This is huge. I think it's massive for us women to get our voices heard in a loving way, right? In like a feminine way that isn't about like bashing people over the heads, but just saying, let's come together and create something new.
Yes.
So
thank you so much for having me.
Thank
you. It was
you.
so nice meeting you.